Hi, Dan Darby here, one of the directors at Darby Consulting. Wanted to talk with you a bit about building an IT response team, particularly with low code and no code app developers. This is one of the six key roles that we recommend as part of building an IT response team to respond to things like hurricanes or major pandemic environments where you have a lot of employees that are no longer able to come to the office and they're needing to work from home, need to be able to access data, access information. One of the key roles here, low code, no code developers play a very important role in helping to keep your organization connected and be able to get access to information, and be able to complete and fill in some gaps that might be there because of what is going on in the environment that's causing a potential to business disruption. I'll give you an example. Microsoft, working with a variety of partners, developed the COVID-19 tracking app in a matter of days. That it was really creative. It allowed a variety of
related to confirmed
features.
recovered and
As you
that.
can see here, that's being given an overview. Is they're able to track the cases on a map. They can filter by data points, case type, or country. They could really drill down by location or even an office location. They can send notifications via email. They could use chat bots to answer common questions. And we really see this as a tremendous opportunity for organizations as they are trying to respond to major incidences that might be unplanned, that cause a disruption to business continuity. The benefits are endless of using no code, low code apps. The ability to quickly design, develop, and deploy apps that are accessible to the desktop and to wireless applications, be able to track issues worldwide. So if you have issues related to your office or issues getting to technology, issues with bandwidth, at a home office or a satellite offices, you could use very similar to how Microsoft is using it to track COVID-19. You could be using it to be tracking performance about the network or about specific applications. And you could also be using it as the chatbot feature. There might be questions about payroll or when to come to work, or questions about specific applications that might be overwhelming your help desk. You can quickly configure chatbots to be able to communicate with employees in a way that is very dynamic, very geo-specific. You can even integrate email, video, and other types of features that are accessible to employees. A really wonderful platform that Microsoft has developed for low code, no code apps. So I want to just really quickly go over what a no code, low code developer does and what the kind of roles and requirements, the kind of people that we look for low code, no code developers. There really are individuals that can quickly deploy apps to a variety of stakeholders from employees, customers, investors, stakeholders, and help them stay connected. What a low code, no code developer does is they work with users to understand their needs, translate those needs into design requirements, and then translate those requirements then into apps that businesses can use and that stakeholders can use. They can build forms and workflows using Office 365 tools, including Flow and PowerApps. They can integrate actually those tools with other tools like Power BI, Teams, SharePoint. They can implement and configure web parts, lists, libraries, views, forms, and other types of solutions to really create a much more robust type of response if you're needing to respond. And then also they can implement migration plans for migrating content that you might have in diverse areas on your intranet or elsewhere, and integrate that into an app and put that on an app that individuals can download on their smartphone or on their PC. A really flexible opportunity for what these low code, no code developers can do to help solve business problems in real time. Darby Consulting can provide these types of resources to you. We've been in business for over 12 years. We specialize in IT staff augmentation for these types of roles, and we've been working with some very great leading companies like in the oil and gas industry and government, higher education, a lot of really great companies. We have flexible options to be able to work with you. We can work on a temporary or a contract to hire, either on-site or remote. Different types of contracts we can work with you on. We can also provide a 2-week trial period, so you make sure that you have the right consultant working with you. If you're not happy, we don't charge you for their time. Don't charge you for the time to replace them. Travel's included if we need to bring a low-code, no-code developer in from Austin or Dallas or San Antonio or Houston. We can do that to help support your needs without you having to deal with per diems or travel costs and so forth. We also offer a contract to hire option. You can try before you buy. That we can offer that with a 90-day transition eligibility. A few things that the reason why we've been in the business for such a long time, and why clients really like to work with us, particularly industry leaders, is that first of all, we're very cost effective. We don't pay for consultants to sit the bench. We have a network of consultants that are part of our Darby Talent Cloud. They work with us on a 1099 or W-2 hourly basis. What that means is we don't have to pay for those consultants while they sit on the bench, and we're only paying for the consultants for the time that we use. That means we can cut our costs by 20 to 40% and pass those savings on to you. So that allows us to be cheaper than typical staffing or consulting firms that are in the marketplace today. And how we manage that network is we have a matching system that relies on artificial intelligence to help us shortlist. We gather a lot of data about the consultants that work with us, past performance scores, their personality and behavioral assessments we do. We have technical assessments that we perform, client references, all this data we collect. We rely on AI to help us shortlist rather than hiring a bunch of recruiters that really don't know a whole lot about technology. And so what we do is we have IT directors that then shortlist and have the conversations with those individuals, so that at the end of the day, you're not having to sort through stacks and stacks of resumes. Instead, what we do, and here you can see an example, we actually send short videos to our clients that give an overview of the top 1, maybe 2 consultants that we think are the best fit for your project based on what we understand. I'll play for you quick snippets for you real quick so you understand what I mean. Hi, Tara and everyone at NPMA. I wanted to share with you a consultant that we would like to put forward for the LMS. So what you can see here is I'm just doing a quick intro, and then I jump right into the requirements of the role. We also then jump into the highlights of their resume. We go through why we think they're the best fit, what's the rate, how available are they to work on the project that's immediately a couple weeks notice, those types of things. We go through the personality and skills assessment scores, the technical scores, so you can see why we felt that they're the right fit. But one of the things we also like and our clients like about us is that we also play snippets of interviews. So we'll ask you on the front end, when you have a need, of what are your top 2 or 3 questions you'd like the consultant to answer, and then we'll play for you the snippets of how they responded.
To configure the system the way that I wanted to use it for the division I was supporting. I developed certifications.
So this way you get a really good sense of why we feel they're a good fit before you spend a whole lot of time doing a phone interview or a face-to-face interview or a virtual interview. We pre-record how they answered those questions based on the questions that are really most important to you. Last but not least, we're big into performance. We're not just about sending out high quality resources. We're also about making sure those resources deliver your project on time, on budget, within scope. And we focus on that performance through a performance tracking system. You can't manage it if you don't measure it. So we have a performance tracking system that our consultants sit down with you and write out what are the tasks and deliverables that they're responsible for. We watch that. We look at that on our system. They have to report their time through that. You're able to see a dashboard of risk issues, percent completes, all of those things that we're able to track for you. And what we do with that information is we actually hold back a percentage of the consultant's pay rate, and that we're working to make sure that, are they delivering on time? Are they delivering on budget, within scope? And if they are, then we put that as an incentive for them to get their full pay rate. They have to be delivering on expectations for our clients. So at the end of the day, you get a high quality consultant at a lower cost that's very much focused and incentivized to focus on high quality performance. And that's why we've been able to be in business for as long as we have. And that's why we have such great scores and reviews by our clients that we do. If you're interested in learning more about us, or if you have a specific project need, where you need resources to help, feel free at the end of this video to click the schedule a time for us to talk link, and then we can schedule a time for us to do a resource planning session to understand what your needs are. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Bye for now.